welcome to my studio. Today I am working on actually a present for my mum. We've just had Mother's Day and one of my mum's biggest complaints is that everyone takes a million photos with their phone but she never has any to display. So I'm going to create for her a little gift and I'm going to use this frame. So it is just a cheap 12 by 12 frame that I picked up at the local cheap shop. And I am going to create a beautiful decorative page to go in there with some photos from Mother's Day. So let's get started. So here is the base of my design. Now today we are using again the Birthday Jubilee pack. Now I have to say this little flower piece in the Birthday Jubilee designer paper pack is my favorite piece of paper from that pack, and I have been wondering what I'm going to do with it, and today it's going to be a gift for mum. So we're using the flower design, we're using blue cardstock, and as our base we are using beige cardstock. So this is the basis of our design today. So I'm going to actually stick these down evenly on that beige base. Each square is 9 centimeters by 9 centimeters, but our little recipe will pop down and you'll be able to see all the pieces that I have cut today. So just to make things a little bit easier for me to make sure I get those pieces evenly spaced on the page, I'm going to use my Creative Memories trimmer. I don't know if I've ever showed you before, but at the bottom of the trimmer, you can see that there is all types of blades under there. So it's a beautiful little storage space for all your blades. So I'm going to use today the scoring blade. So what I'm going to do with the scoring blade is do a 1 centimeter score around the edge of the base, and that will be where I place my corner pieces, and then it will be easier for me to stick the other pieces down. So let's get that happening. I'm going to change my blade. So you just flip up that little lid, pop the straight trimmer out that's always in my cutter, and I am going to pop my scoring blade in. Grab my base piece and measure to 1 centimeter. And just like using the cutting blade, you press down, and I'm going to do a double score on this one so I can see it. And there is my scored mark. Now it might be a little bit hard for you to see on camera, that little score, but I can definitely see it as it sits on my bench here. So just go around and do 1 centimeter all the way around. So as I place that down, I'm able to just make sure I'm placing these all in the correct spots. Yep, that is correct. Okay, I'm going to grab my Creative Memories tape runner. And again, put an excessive amount of tape, which I know you are all used to. And I can just see that score there. And I can line it up right on that spot there. And my multi-purpose tool to stick that down. And I'm going to do all the corners first, which are all in the blue cardstock. Okay, so now just quickly popping in all the other pieces. And what I'm doing with these is just lining it up with that top score mark and just getting it as even as possible between those other two squares. Nicely centered there. And our last piece in the middle. So the other colors that coordinate with the Birthday Jubilee designer paper pack are of course our pumpkin, our tangerine and our baby blue. So I'm going to grab 2 photo mats that I have pre-cut. So I'm going to place them on my page. So the photo mats are 11.5 centimeters by 16.5 centimeters, the perfect size to put a standard 4x6 photo. So I'm going to place those there. So that's where they are going to sit on the page. Now the other item that I wanted to focus on today is our fresh flower punch. So this punch punches out that pretty little flower there. Creative Memories punches lock in nicely so they can sit flat on the shelf so you can stack them up. So to unlock a Creative Memories punch, there is a little button there. So you just flick that button across and the punch is open and ready for you to use. So that makes it nice and easy to store. So just to show you what we are going to make today, we are going to create these little flowers that are going to sit in this corner section here. And that is going to form our little decorations for the page, just to jazz it up a little bit. So the flowers look quite complicated, but they're really not. But I'm going to create one here with you. So firstly, I'm going to do the base in the tangerine, punch out the flower, and you will see that not only do you get the main flower piece, you also get all the petal pieces. Okay, so that is how you create the little flower in the center. To coordinate with that flower, I'm going to use the pumpkin, punch out a pumpkin flower. And I'll keep that base aside because I'll use that on another project, because for this flower all we need is the little pumpkin petals. So to put the little petals on is the fiddly bit. So you will need your Creative Memories Precision Point adhesive pen. Does make life easy. So the pen, you just simply squeeze out the glue and you tap it on like that. It's almost like a ballpoint pen on the end of it. And I'm going to place these little petals like so. And I'm going to put the first one on. You can see that I have dangled the petal into the center of that flower. That's really important, and you can see this little section here is centered with that little indentation there. So that little petal is sitting perfectly. I'm going to quickly glue all the rest on. So you can see there that all my petals are now in place. I'm just going to gently give it a press down with my multi-purpose tool. So the reason why it was important to overhang the edge of the petals inside that circle of the flowers, that we're just going to dot a little bit of glue on these petals here. And I'm going to grab the circle of the main flower color and I'm going to pop that in the center there and give it a press down. That is how you create those pretty little flowers. So I have already pre-made all the other flowers. You can pop as many flowers as you like on this design. I'm going to put 3 in the corner there, and I have created these 2 to go down this end here. I've used my beige as a base on that one, which enhances the page nicely as well. And I do have another one here as well made in case I need it. The last little piece to make this page really pop is I'm going to use a 3 centimeter piece of the pumpkin, just to strip 3 centimeters, and I'm going to put Love You Mum using our white serif little lettering pack here from Creative Memories. So if you've never used letter packs before, they are actually really nice and thick. So you can see there as I peel it off, it's actually very, very thick. So it makes it very easy to use on a page. I'm going to start it right about here using my multi-purpose tool as usual to place it and give it a press down. There is uppercase and lowercase in this pack, so just peel it off. You do get a fair amount of each letter in the pack. I'm just going to trim this little section off here. Give it a cut. And I'm going to turn this into a little tag looking piece. So give it a little snip. Doesn't have to be perfect with the scissors. And that will sit about there on my page. And with the mum, I'm going to use the tangerine colour. Actually, you know what? We're going to do mum in uppercase, because why not? Okay, so we have finished our little mum piece, and again I'm going to turn that into a little tag. Using my scissors, just cut out a triangle on the end there. Okay. Alright, I have all the elements ready of my page. Time to stick everything down. Grab my scissors, just chop those little tags off straight as I can, It is on the edge of the frame, so you're not going to see it. Okay, now the final touches are the pretty little flowers that we have made. So I'm just going to use my tape runner. It's quite easy just to run a little bit of tape runner in the center of the flower. I'm going to place that one there, press it down. And that is our page ready to go in the frame. Once I've got the photos from Mother's Day, I can place them on there nicely and it'll be a perfect gift for my mum. But before we go, usually when I create these pages, I do go through sometimes a lot of different designs. So I did create another design using just plain cardstock and using the flower punch, just so you can see a comparison on two different designs with the same theme. So still the squares, but no pattern paper. More flowers and the text in a different place just gives you a different look, and obviously that is all Creative Memories coloured cardstock there being used. I also have created, in my process of trying to come up with a design, I have also created a matching card which I can also give to Mum when I give her this present, and it is very cute. But you can see here when I did the flower punch, I didn't do the inner flower. You can use the flower punch just like that, and it is quite quick and just as effective. Make sure you like, subscribe and follow so that you can keep up to date with all my videos, and make sure you head to my Creative Memories store. The address will be on screen and you can purchase all these wonderful products, and I'll see you soon with another video.